Welcome to Using Your Teacher Voice, episode 17. Yeah, that's right. Last time I said it was 15, it actually was episode 16, so I got that wrong. So this is episode 17. The numbers are back right. Today I want to talk a little bit about a statement a friend of mine made on Twitter that kind of, after a few days bouncing around my head, I started kind of seeing why it was sticking to me a little bit. So as I like to do if I'm in front of my computer during the Indiana State Board of Education meetings, I like to follow some of the reporters' live tweeting of the event. I think it's important to stay aware of things, obviously, but there's also this kind of fun little side conversation that I have with some of my teacher friends about what goes on in that meeting. Last week, during the meeting, there apparently was some sort of discussion about needing to fix the administration of the I-STEP test. That started a little conversation about, I guess we're going back to pencil and paper and, jokes about that. Well, then there was the comment made about why are we discussing fixing how to give the test instead of talking about fixing the test? And I thought that was kind of a relevant statement. And so I put, when will they ever learn? And then a friend of mine, Eric Nentrop, who I've talked about before on here, he made a comment that just stuck to me. And at the time I thought was, I hit liked and I I reshared it. Um, but he said, not until teachers stand up and speak up. Now, I know that he was talking about testing. He was using that in the context of testing. But, after it kind of rolled around a little bit and I saw the broader context of that, I doubt that he would disagree with me when I said it does carry more meaning than just testing. But, think about the negative energy in education these days. It is not difficult to find teachers in the workroom or in the hallways or at gatherings of educators that are complaining about the tests and the different requirements being laid on them and the evaluation processes and a lot of just the negative energy that they feel, the frustration that they feel. A lot of that comes from a political system that is putting a lot of pressure down on uh, school districts, and then that gets passed down through the ranks. There's a little bit of maybe unrealistic expectations by politicians and parents sometimes. I think that also, in this climate of, um, maybe some anti-union rhetoric and a real push to hold students' uh, achievements, um, maybe against teachers. There's just a lot of negative energy. But then I think about those teachers that we hold up as role models, as exemplars, as innovators, those that are doing great things and they're really changing the way education works. There's something fairly, you know, common among them. These are teachers that see a problem and then address the problem. They don't just talk about the problem, they go out and they do something about it. And I know not everyone can be a Dave Burgess and not everyone can be a Ron Clark or those kinds of teachers. I understand that we all have our comfort levels and our abilities and our strengths and our weaknesses. But there has to be a point in which the teachers stand up and start taking care of themselves. So when these people, and again, I understand part of why, but when these teachers are just constantly negative about the things going on around them, and this isn't just in education, it could be in anything, family and professional, but those people need to start taking matters into their own hands. I think the other part of this story is that when teachers stand up and speak up, it also then allows them to be part of the process to fix things. I think some of the frustration that teachers have these days is that they feel that everything comes down to them. The politicians put pressure on the district. The superintendents put that pressure on the principals. The principals then hand out a set of mandates to the teachers. And the teachers oftentimes don't feel like they have any hand in what's going on. They have no say, no ability to kind of shape those policies or put input as to say, hey, this would work, but only if you do this, or this is a good idea, but what if we did it this way? I think when teachers start standing up and becoming part of the process, then they start to be invited into that process more. And they start to become part of the solution, not just in singular little pieces in their classroom on how to teach a particular lesson or the particular topic, but the part of the broader discussion of how to improve education and what can be done in that respect. A little short today, I know, but it's kind of something that I hope that you'd spend a little bit of time thinking about. That these are some big topics, and these are some things that have been weighing on us for a while. But that if we don't take time to fix it ourselves, I'm not sure who will.